Good evening. It is so nice to see you all here. I'm Lisa DiStefano with Newsday TV. I have been an entertainment reporter on Long Island for the past 2 decades, so it brings me so much joy to see so many creatives in this room tonight and see so many people making film and television here on Long Island. So I'm so excited to be your host for this evening. Welcome to the first ever award ceremony for the Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival. Here at Newsday, we are just so pleased to be the first ever presenting sponsor of the festival. And this is so important to us because the town of Huntington has been home for Newsday's headquarters for decades. So technically, Newsday TV is made in Huntington. Speaking of Huntington, please allow me to introduce you to Huntington Town Supervisor Ed Smith.
Well, thank you, Elisa, and thank you all for coming out. This is a great night, and Joe, great wrap up for the week. I know you've done a tremendous amount of work on it. But anyway, thank you all for coming. I'm Ed Smith. I am the town supervisor for the town of Huntington, and I was thinking about it. I'm also the star of my own show once a month. It's a dramatic comedy on Channel 18. We have a new episode this coming Tuesday night. It may be a long one, but it'll be fun. But also my co-stars in that dramatic comedy is Dr. Dave Bernardo. I know he's here. Teresa Mari is here. Sal Ferro sends his regrets, as does Brooke Lupinacci. And I know from the county, Stephanie Bontempi, I believe, is in the back right here. Thank you, Stephanie. And along with help from Diane Cherry-Holmes from the county's Film and Television Commission as well. So we are grateful to Newsday. So thank you, Newsday, for providing this theater and the studio for us today. It happens to be, as was just mentioned, in the town of Huntington. So the original Made in Huntington, right here at the Newsday studio. I'm happy to see so many familiar faces and in the audience and helping to support this festival, the first year that we've had it. I especially want to welcome the filmmakers and content creators. You are very important to us and to the town of Huntington. The festival celebrates the business and the business of film and television production in the town of Huntington, and most importantly, I hope the content creators and the filmmakers got something out of this film festival. I know we all did as an audience. We enjoyed the productions that we saw. It was very entertaining. But for the film and television production companies and the producers, I hope you got something professionally out of this festival because you were the focus of it, and the town wants you to come back to Huntington for your shoots in the future. And I'm sure you'll hear from Joe later. This is what we do. This is what the Office of Film and Television is designed to do, is to roll out the red carpet for the production of these great films. So we have a lot of reasons to celebrate. The movies that have been made in the town of Huntington for over 100 years. In 2022, we set out to make Huntington a preferred destination for film and television. The town board established the Office of Film and Television with the aforementioned Joe Schramm. Welcome to the Schrammies. That's Joe worked into my script about 7 times. Did you write this? Okay. But he brings over 30 years of television experience to the office, and for the past 2 years, he's been helping us invite Hollywood to Huntington. In the past 3 years, we've welcomed student projects, independent films, and large-scale shoots for streaming platforms like Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, and Peacock, and television networks like FX, Discovery, HBO, and MTV. In fact, Steven Spielberg had another location shoot here just this past week. It was the 3rd time in the past month he's been shooting here in Huntington. But for more about Huntington's courting of Hollywood, please allow me to introduce Joe Schramm, the director of the Office of Film and Television. Joe.
I'm Joe Schramm. I'm Joe Schramm. So thank you, Ed. And Ed and I get to do the Ed and Joe show every so often, so we really enjoy that. Anyway, tonight we're celebrating you. You're the content creators who have made a difference and have actually made us do Made in Huntington. So some of you have actually worked here in Huntington, and some of you hopefully will consider coming here in the future to do a future shoot. As the supervisor said, you are important to us. So let's talk about the festival really quick. First, I could not have done this without the support of the town and Suffolk County. So I want to thank them for that. And I couldn't have done this in the past 4 days without the help of my team. That includes Jack Ebert, Philip Griffin, Steve Lowline, and Emily Nagel. So I want to thank them. You all saw them. I've also had some pals in Town Hall who have been really helpful. And I especially want to thank Chris Geed, Michelle McCarthy, John McCarran, Meredith Emston, and Kevin Thornburg. So thank you. So you've already heard earlier how we selected, you've heard me say it all week, how we selected you. So I had nothing to do with it. And but I do know who the winners are. So that said, you are the highest scored among our judges. And so there's nothing else to say other than the fact that it's time to present the awards. So I'm going to turn this back over to Elisa Di Stefano.
All right, thank you, Joe. Who's ready to get started? Okay, our first award is for honorable mention. The award is given in recognition of the quality of the content of this video, especially since the subject matter is highly relevant to this festival. The award is presented to the feature titled Our Town. The filmmakers are Robert Hughes and Kathy LaForgia. Please come up to the stage.
Well, this is quite an honor. Kathy and I thought we might win for the best 22-year-old film. So we're happy to win for this. And there are a lot of people we have to thank. We had a wonderful team work on this production, starting with the late Rex Metcalf, who lived and breathed local Huntington history. He was the inspiration behind the concept of doing a video for the history. We had great researchers in Sarah Appman and Karen Kennedy, a wonderful local writer, Terry Walton, produced the script. Joe Roberts provided a great narration. He was a well-known disc jockey here on local radio and did a lot of local fire department installations. So his voice was known as the voice of Huntington, I think. And of course, Kathy deserves a lot of the credit, most of the credit. She was our chief cinematographer, editor, director. She had the idea for the music. She really put it all together. But also the subject matter deserves a lot of the credit because the town of Huntington is just such a wonderful place, from the beaches to the parks to the open spaces, from the mansions to the suburban houses, from the downtowns to the luxury malls to the corporate offices. It's a town that has everything, just such a wide variety of venues, and it's a great place to live and an even better place to make a movie. Kathy?
Just want to add a few more words. You know, if it hadn't been for Robert, that movie would never have been made. He really took the reins and steered us in the right direction. But I will tell you, filmmakers out there, Huntington is a really good place to shoot, and it's very easy to make Huntington look wonderful by some of the things you've seen on the screen. So keep coming back and keep making films, and I think you'll wind up with a winner.
Congratulations again, Kathy and Robert. Okay, our next category has a tie for Best Drama Short. So we will be presenting 2 awards for this category. The first award for Best Drama Short is presented to Make Room. The filmmaker is Gaia Theobald.
My mom gave me a 10 if you want to go grab some hot chocolates or something.
Was on the porch, summer and springtime and nothing more. Think of anything to keep me from.
Thank you so much to the In Huntington Film Festival. This is really special. When I was in my sophomore year of high school, I took a filmmaking course at the Cinema Arts Center, and I would say that was the point where I got really serious about filmmaking after that class. And then I think this film a few years later was a film where I really elevated my craft and brought it to another level. And so it's so special to have seen it screened at the Cinema Arts Center, to be back on Long Island. This is one of the last shorts that I shot on Long Island, and I hope to shoot more on Long Island in the future. And so it's so nice to come to my hometown and to be recognized for this. Thank you so much.
What a full circle moment. Okay, our second award for Best Drama Short is presented to Across. The filmmaker is Laura Sweeney.
Thank you. Wow. This is yeah. Hi, everybody. This is an incredible honor. I'm so grateful that this auspicious beginning of this new amazing film festival is just incredible. So hats off to everybody who's created this and brought this to Huntington. Huntington is such a dynamic place, so it's so fitting that it would become a place where films are created. And I've just had an incredible experience. All of the people I've met, mostly, just knowing that there's so many other highly creative people making movies very close by. It's dangerous. We could get together and make more movies. So I'm so grateful for this honor. This is a very special movie. And my producing partner who made it with me, Teresa Bowles, God rest her soul, would love that we won this in Huntington. So thank you.
And please, Laura, get together and make more movies. Put you in charge of that effort. Our next award is for Best Drama Feature. The award is presented to Ebenezer the Traveler. The filmmaker is Joe Valenti.
This is amazing. Thank you, Joe Schramm. Thank you, Ed Smith. Thank you to everyone who worked on the In Huntington TV and Film Festival. In a time where it seems like cinema's on the downward spiral with theaters closing and stuff, it's nice to see an event popping up and being created. So it's an honor to be part of this. I'm going to let Jerry thank some people in a second. I want to thank my wife, number one, who sits by me and allows me to do this kind of business. And it's not easy being married to an ambitious, reckless creative. Sure. So thank you so much. And she puts up with, we shot a few of the scenes in Huntington, and every time we come to the Paramount a lot to watch some shows, and every time we drive by and I say, there's Fezziwig's barn, and here's Simon Onyx's office. And she's like, I know, every time we come, you say the same thing. So this is an honor to win. We loved the festival all weekend. And Jerry, take over.
Well, thank you, everyone, for allowing us to be here in Huntington, and it is one prime place to shoot. My feeling is that this is going to want to be one of the biggest film festivals as moving forward, and I'm proud to be able to say that we did work here in Huntington. Thank you to Mr. Schramm and his team is very important. I thank my wife here. She puts up with the same creativity, leave it at that. The movie was made with a lot of love, hard work, and sweat, and I'm sure all the other movies who are also chosen today are made the same way. Our writer, Leland Prater, flew in yesterday with his wife to be part of the excitement at the Cinema Arts Center, the iconic Cinema Arts Center, that we would love our movie to play in every year, so it is a holiday movie. I'm going to turn this over to my wife for a few moments, and I want her to say a few things. Go ahead, honey.
This is such an honor to get this award. I want to thank my cast and crew, because without them, it wouldn't have happened. We are a big family. And even yesterday when we all showed up, it was like a reunion of the family. And I just have to say, thank you so much. All right, take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Where's Joe's wife? Congratulations. All right, our next award is for Best Documentary Short. The award is presented to Jews. The filmmaker is Tony Kim.
The vast majority of superheroes were created or co-created by Jews. Superman was really on the front lines in the real world fighting Nazis. Captain America has strong echoes of the story of King David.
These comics draw a lot of these characters are hiding their immigrant past or finding a new way to tell a Jewish story to non-Jewish audiences.
With anti-Semitism, it is more important than ever to see ourselves reflected in heroes.
The difference between a superhero and a supervillain is how they react to what happened.
Are comic books good or are they not good?
A truth to power progressiveness, the same urgent call to reform society. Hello. So this is Tony Kim, the filmmaker, the artistic genius. I'm just loitering around him, okay, like a little satellite. We have a bunch of people to thank. You want to start with the creative people?
Sure. I want to thank Simon Wielden, who edited the film. The idea behind it was to make it feel like it was a comic book. We're like reading and watching a comic book. I want to thank Tal, the cinematographer, and all the rest of my team. Here you go, sir.
And I want to also thank Joe Schramm and his team. I put events together as part of my day job, so I know how much work it is and how much you have to put up with people. So I appreciate that, Joe, and everybody else. Thank you. The substance of making this film, I want to thank Dr. Miriam Eve Mora. She was the academic director of the Center for Jewish History that housed the exhibit this documentary is based on. And Danny Fingeroth, who was my co-curator of the exhibit. Ilana Rosenbluth, who's one of the executive producers, and Brad Pomerantz of JLTV, that's our distributor, who allowed us to make this thing, even though he wasn't sure what the hell it was that we were making. But he said, fine, it has a weird name, go for it. Last but not least, my wife, without whom I don't know if I would ever be able to do this thing, and my two kids, without whom I would have finished 6 months sooner. So, I think that's it, yeah. Thank you.
I think we all feel that about the kids. Congratulations. Okay, our next award is for Best Documentary Feature. The award is presented to Humanity Stoked. The filmmaker is Michael Ian Cohen.
He was just a big-hearted kid, you know. He was able to take that first trip to Cuba because he had a choice that year of you can either have Christmas presents or you can come on this trip to Cuba. And he chose. Chose to sacrifice on Christmas.
I wanted to be a filmmaker since I was 13, and it's really a special honor to have your life actually act as both a cautionary tale and also an inspirational story, and then to put that in a film where I'm in a cast of 71 or 72 people, and to try and produce a film that again, tries at least to help inspire people to think about some really important issues that affect all of us, maybe even a little bit more openly, a little bit more deeply, and inspire them to move forward in perhaps a way that's more positive than they have in the past. And winning an award like this, sure, it feels good on a personal level, but more than anything, it's profoundly meaningful because it lets me know that maybe that what we tried to do, it worked, and at the film festival today and at other film festivals around the world, to hear people come up after a screening and talk to you about how some part of it resonated with them and did help them, in fact, open up their hearts and their minds and maybe affect the way they're going to move forward a little bit differently from how they have in the past. It's an incredible honor, and so way too many people to thank, but just quickly, my original director of photography, Nick Lang, and then my second director of photography, Ian Gibson, who then begrudgingly agreed to be my editor. I just, the three of us among the hundreds of people really are kind of the creative force behind the film. And so I just want to give them both a shout out. And of course, Joe and Huntington for the award and the festival. It's an honor as a resident of Huntington. It means a lot. So thank you, everyone, and thank you all.
The next award is for Best Entertainment Short. The award is presented to Final Straw. The filmmaker is Alex Smithline.
Showing you how to perform an emergency tracheotomy.
Alex is not here to accept the award, but congratulations. Our next award is for Best Animation Short. The award is presented to Story About the Sun. The filmmaker is Philip Gladkov.
Long ago, before the days of the sun, the world lived in darkness. People relied on their sense of smell, hearing, touch, and each other. But one day, that all changed. This is the story of the sun.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to the people from In Huntington Film Festival, to Huntington, to people at Newsday, to the Cinema Arts Center, as one other filmmaker mentioned. That is also where I got my start watching independent and important films that shaped me as the filmmaker I am today. It's very important that we continue in this tradition of human storytelling, especially now in a time where people are silenced for standing up for what's right and for just trying to save our humanity and our planet. I want to say thank you to Carmen Escobar here, who is the producer on the film and my life partner and my biggest supporter, and to Tsukuru Force, who did the narration, Lionel Cohen, who did the beautiful original score, Berman Finellis, who is the executive producer, and to my family for supporting me. Thank you all for making films, regardless of if you get the piece of plastic or not. It's very special what you do and that you're here, and don't let that stuff discourage you. Or I just want you all to continue telling meaningful and impactful stories. Thank you.
Please don't forget your piece of plastic. Thank you so much. It's a very nice looking piece of plastic. Show everybody that beautiful award. Okay, I can't believe we're here already. The next award is the final award for this evening. It is presented for Best of Show. The award is presented to Cherry Pie. The filmmaker is Pat Mulderig.
Thank you, everyone. First, I probably need to get some business out of the way. I'm not Pat Mulderig. Pat's out in LA, and Pat asked me to stand in for him tonight because he couldn't make the trip back to Huntington, where he grew up. Pat told me that I should just tell everybody that I handle his East Coast affairs when he's not able to be here. The truth is, I'm his brother-in-law, so I married Pat's sister a number of years ago. And since Pat's not here, and I don't know who to thank, I'll tell you a quick story about Pat, because he would never do that.
Hold on a second. We want to hear this story.
So I met Pat for the first time in the late 90s when I was dating his sister and I was living in Aspen. And Pat was sent out to Rocky Mountain Community College Aspen campus to straighten his life out, which, go figure. So anyway, he spent a semester out there skiing with us, and he then straightened his life out in a way that none of us could have ever imagined in our wildest dreams. And he joined the Navy and became a Navy SEAL. And so Pat was a successful SEAL for a number of years. And after he finished his time in the Navy, he came out and he went to film school. And so he's been making films ever since. He spends most of his time in LA, but he's back here in Huntington frequently enough to share lots of good stories with us, and we're always glad to see him, and he's very, very proud to have been in the festival. I'm sure he's going to be thrilled when I give him the good news about this award tonight. So thank you, Town of Huntington. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everybody out there for taking a look at his movie. I think it's awesome.
I'm sure Pat would be very proud of that. Thank you. Well, congratulations to all of our winners tonight. It has truly been my honor to be with you this evening, and especially exciting to be the host of the first of what we hope will be many award ceremonies for the Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival. Thank you to the Office of Film and Television for inviting me. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making this possible and for your support of the festival. And thank you to our incredible audience for showing up and showing your support here tonight. Let's keep the celebration going. Please join us for the closing reception in the area just beyond those doors and in the lobby. And for all of our winners, if you could just stay in your seat, we want to get a few photos of you. So that concludes this award ceremony. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And good night. Let's do it again next year.